Hello everyone, this is Samuel Larsen, founder of CROgurus.com, and in this video we're going to cover affiliate programs and specifically what I have learned from my 7 and 8 figure merchants running affiliate programs themselves. Now overall, affiliate programs can be a powerful tool and a powerful way for Shopify store owners to increase their brand awareness and also driving more sales. However, it's not as simple as just setting up an affiliate program. That will not be enough for you to be competitive and to be able to crush it. So to truly maximize the potential of your program, you'd want to follow these simple guidelines and then, of course, constantly testing, optimizing, and iterating on the approach. Because it's very unlikely that you'll just be hitting it perfectly out of the park right at your first bat at it. So you need to take some swings probably. And in this video, we'll explore some key strategies for both optimizing and then maximizing your affiliate program to drive more sales, increase your return on investment overall, and essentially scale your store. Okay, with that said, I'm gonna jump into a screen share. I want to make this very practical for you guys so you can follow along and get ideas from this video, so it's not just gonna be a talking head. Okay. And here we are with the screen share. So the very first thing to realize is that you are not alone with your affiliate program idea. In Shopify App Store alone right now, there's 109 apps to help merchants do this. And affiliate programs have been around for a very long time. There's been even companies founded on those. So you have, for example, ClickBank, which has a lot of different types of products already available for affiliates. So realize that there is a competition for these affiliates, and a lot of these stores or affiliates already have options from all these different niches that they could promote. So you have to get clear on your strategy of who would be the one promoting these products on your behalf, why would they do it, and then really be able to come up with a pitch. And we're going to look into that soon. But the idea is that these affiliates do not owe you anything. And a great way to start understanding this is looking at competing offers, thinking, how could I be better than what they are already promoting? Can I offer, say, a higher commission, or is my product something that would convert better? They will be the ones providing you the clicks. Does this offer turn the click better to revenue, even if the commission percentage is the same? So these kinds of things that you can look at and try to provide and come up with an angle for that. So you'd be able to understand why this particular audience is interested in this one. Next up, you always have an opportunity to offer exclusive deals, special things, discounts, bonuses, incentives for affiliates who achieve certain sales targets. So the way I've seen this done a lot is you have different tiers, and people get promoted to the next tier as they do well promoting your product. And this is one of those things that happens a lot on the back end. You may not see this a lot on the front end of this, but there's all kinds of VIP deals that get done when a business is very reliant on a specific affiliate, or an affiliate is very reliant on a specific business. You could always look at it that way as well. But that fact that you don't necessarily see it doesn't mean that it's not there. In many companies that have these affiliate programs run at scale, they have these kinds of things where they have the different tiers. It's very transparent. And then based on the tier, you have different perks. So for example, in this kind of case, if you are providing more customers to this particular merchant, then you will be getting a higher fee. So you get a 20% cut instead of the 10%, these kinds of things. So you will eventually have VIP affiliates. And in the affiliate game, you could say failure is the default. So it is rare to not see these top 2 tier people provide pretty much 90% of your results. So it makes sense to treat them really well because they are the ones driving the sales. And that's why so many of these companies that rely on affiliates, they have these tiers where the best of the best are treated really, really well. And treating them well also includes making it easy for them. So you can provide your affiliates with high quality materials. And this is the point number 3. So the easier your product is to promote, the lower the friction in promoting the product. And lower the friction, the less motivation you need to get people to take action. So if you already have, say, banners, social media posts, email templates, product images, promotional copy, all this stuff ready, then the affiliate can just plug themselves into it. I'll show you some examples of materials. This is from B2B perspective, but if you really want to take this seriously, you should have a bit of an intro deck for the possible affiliates that you'd be outreaching to, and more on that later. The idea here is that you show that you are serious, and you'll be able to sign more of them with good materials, because you are there to help them succeed in what they are doing. So here's a little bit of an angle that Klaviyo is taking to explain their platforms to different merchants. So these are the good things about this one. You could see the same thing working in, for example, in a supplement niche. So these are all the things that the end customer benefits from. You can have, say, comparison charts, these kinds of things. At least on B2B, you should have a pitch deck as well. On B2C, a little bit more questionable, but one of those things that likely cannot hurt. Sorry. So if you have something simple, this can be turned into a PDF where you explain things. Then the possible affiliate can take that information and quickly digest it. It's easy for them, and then it's less likely that they stumble along the way and the process stops. So you'd want to have explanations, graphics in B2C, and for example, comparing those product alternatives. And then asset-wise, pictures are vital, banners help, and the like. So it's all about putting them into a position to succeed with whatever they are doing and trying to help you with. And the idea with this kinds of material is that you only do the work once. So you do the work on behalf of your affiliates, so they don't have to come up with this stuff necessarily by themselves and only using it for themselves, because now they own the asset. If you work on the asset, then you eliminate those inefficiencies from the merchant's perspective. And many times it can be just, let's try this banner, see how well it works. If it's easy to create, instead of let's put this banner to a creation process and put it to a designer and then the copywriter and then these kinds of things. So just makes it easier. Next is regularly communicate with your affiliates and provide updates on new products, promotions, sales opportunities, etc. So if you want to own the affiliate game, you'd want to think of yourself as, say, a clothing store, where there's always things happening, there's always something new here, and there's always something fresh to talk about. Because all campaigns, they do get stale after a while. Imagine you have a banner on a blog site, for example. Then people that have visited that already a few times have seen the banner. And if they already decided not to click on that, then it's less likely that they will do it on the future visit. So you'd want to switch the offer at some point and also test these different types of things. So you can't just hammer the same thing over and over again. It has to have some novelty to it. And the more you're able to mix it up, often the better. So it all helps there. So ask yourself this question. What is new here? What excuses or reasons could you give your affiliates to push this product now instead of later? And what's really the one that makes them take action? What's the reason why this is relevant now? And why would someone who has passed on it before take the offer now? And it doesn't have to be just this kinds of sale type of thing. It can be something seasonal, something a little bit more creative, etc. And with that way, you don't have to sacrifice your already pushed margin. Then we are moving on to the next step and moving from being passive now to being active. So instead of waiting for the affiliates to come to us, we're actually going to book it in the legwork and reach out to potential affiliates who have an audience that aligns with the brand and the products. Could be great ambassadors for the actual products that you're selling. So you know roughly the kind of people, the kind of sources that could promote your product and the brand successfully. So you can pick them out and outreach to them. But I'll show you briefly how you can also find out more of those. Because many times these, say, weight loss blogs, they will have no idea about your product yet. So your job here is to help them discover that. And only by helping them out to discover that can they actually then start promoting your product. So there's an important step that you need to do to make it happen. So you would have usually a little bit of a compilation sites, like this one provides different links to different sites. Now, this, for example, is a huge niche, weight loss. So you may not need to have the top logs, because the top logs get reached out to a ton. So there's usually some smaller ones that would be better. You can do the same with the influencers. Maybe there is affiliate programs that you could run for influencers that do a lot of Instagram, for example. Or you could have YouTube, for example, as well. People also reach out to me on doing collaborations on YouTube. And often it is a combination of fixed plus commission. But if it's a small sum or a small promo, it can also be just fixed. And I always decline those because I want to keep the channel pure, which is one of the reasons why you should subscribe to this channel, because there's no incentive for me to push out a program that will not help you. And if you appreciate that kind of honesty, make sure to like the video before we move on, and appreciate your support. So you can easily find a ton of them. And here it's a little bit of a fishing game, because you have so many options and you're trying to negotiate good deals, of course. And eventually you might find a couple of win-wins from that. So how does it work then? You'd usually be giving them some kind of a code, and then that code can be tied into their commission. And then they can also make it more relevant for their audience by saying you can use this code and get X% off. So there's a reason why they are actually promoting and why the audience should act on it now. And of course, it helps if you're in a high margin business here. And one quick thing related to that is influencers are quite aware of getting scammed. So one thing you can do is invite them to your Shopify backend to see the discount code usage, or using any kind of transparency like that. So that allows you to then be able to build on that engagement. And if it's only a one-time thing, then it's probably not going to be worth the effort. So you'd want to be able to repeat that. And the same would go with banners or blog posts, for example. There's a lot of sites that do these kinds of things, where there's product reviews, etc., that then get affiliate links to the products. So I'll show you a couple of examples later on. But here you can either pay for the placement, or you can negotiate some kind of deal based on a mutually agreed upon attribution. Would be good for both of you. Usually it will be last click attribution, because that's just the simplest way to do it, but there's many ways to slice the cake. Next up, I hinted on this a little bit earlier, but the idea is once you get the influencers or the promoters for your brand, you'd want to keep them. And the way you do this is an ongoing win-win. So here, if you take good care of your customers and provide excellent customer service to ensure that these people have a positive experience with your brand, then that will not annoy the influencer. It will not steal away from the influencers or the sources of social capital. And then the audience also knows whatever this brand promotes or this influencer promotes is legitimate. So their reputation is safe. And many times their reputational risk is one thing that holds them back on promoting a lot of products, because they'll want to make sure that what they're promoting will be good. So here's a live chat example of how you can make sure that the customers will be taken care of. And this enables the influencer to live in peace as well, because now the customers will not come to the influencer to complain we are having bad experience with this product that you promote. So it's pretty simple. FAQs, so these kinds of things, live chat, and ideally you'd also have a few different channels as well for that. You can then build up a knowledge base and have it be pretty smooth. So that's the excellent customer service part of the equation. Once that happens, so once you get the ongoing part going, you have regular traffic and sales coming from your affiliate program, then you'd want to monitor and analyze this performance regularly. Because regular monitoring and analysis will allow you to build this internal knowledge base of actually what works. And then you can help your affiliates in the future to get that performance. So you're building up that internal playbook. And this will enable you to ensure that there's at least a baseline competence with your affiliates. So you have a certain thing that you can expect from them if they just follow the formula. And then with this, you can enable yourself to promote those middle performers to top performers. So say you have a person or an affiliate that performs okay, not great, not badly, and you have a roadmap of that person reaching out to the top performer state. And of course, help you understand what causes great performance, bad performance, so you can do better. So you'd want to look at things like, what are the top performers doing that the worst performers aren't doing? And what are the worst performers doing that the top performers aren't doing? Pretty simple stuff. And it helps if you have multiple affiliates, of course. But then you have more data points. So here's, for example, one of the big money-related sites in the US that they promote a lot of different offers. There's a lot of testing going on the back end, I'm sure. There you probably have a lot of competition. And I bet they have a pretty good idea of what works in general. And they're constantly testing this themselves. Now, it's helpful if, for example, the Exos Bank that is going to have this has an idea, of course, already of what kind of copy will generally perform here. And then the affiliate can avoid those mistakes. Okay, we've seen this kind of text not perform. It's probably not a good idea to test it yourself, because you're going to fail, and as a result, you're not going to promote this. And there's many different ways to run those ads or promos, so you want to find out. Then, once that is done, on the next step, we're going to look into analytics, because we of course want to measure the success of the affiliate program and identify opportunities, optimizations for future. Analytics is a great tool for this, as long as you have done your tagging correctly and you can then understand, because this is a marketing effort and it is always possible to return on investment estimate of the marketing efforts. So it's just like you'd want to know how your Facebook ads is performing. You'd want to know how the affiliate program is performing. Definitely know your data. And if it takes significant amount of time from yourself, then you should also calculate an hourly wage for yourself. Then you can judge whether it's worth it or not. Because it simply being profitable doesn't automatically mean that you have a winner in your hands. So maybe you are spending a lot of time, and it's an opportunity costing for yourself. So I like to go to the user acquisition in Google Analytics 4, and there you have the referral. You can filter for the thing, and maybe you use even a different type of medium for that or source. And then you just pick the ones that are performing best to have an idea of how that goes. And over time you can see which ones are going up, which ones aren't going up, and then you'll find which ones you'd like. So this helps you understand the performance, just like you would do with Facebook ads, for example. So not different from that perspective. And that leaves us to the final point. So just continuously evaluate and adjust your affiliate program to ensure that it's meeting your goals and it's providing a positive return for your investment. Because everything you do in business is an opportunity cost. And you should be able to get a positive return on that investment within a reasonable amount of. And mostly we've found that the affiliate programs aren't the easiest thing to get running because there's a lot of competition. Everyone would want traffic that is low risk, say a commission only sale traffic. And naturally, there is also a little bit of mistrust from the affiliates themselves when you have so many opportunities reaching out to you and you can just pick the best ones. So not the easiest thing, but can be very valuable, especially for established, trusted brands. Have, say, communities that they could tap into. And there, it might be, for example, if you are running a bike store and you are selling a higher end bikes, you would have these kinds of review sites. That could be an excellent way to get in touch with those people that are in the consideration stage. So to summarize, by implementing these strategies that we've covered in this video, you can take your affiliate program to the next level or get it started, and you can definitely get better results than you would otherwise be getting. And by setting these clear expectations with your affiliates, including attractive commission rates, including the resources they would need, the support, etc. And if you do that properly, then you are in a position to reach out to those potential affiliates and stand out from the masses. And you can drive more traffic and sales to your store. Because you'd be the one being successful just because you did the work and the others. And remember to just continuously evaluate and adjust your program as you go on to ensure that it is indeed meeting your goals and providing you that positive return. Because with a well-optimized affiliate program, you can create and sustain a marketing channel that will help you for a long time to come. Because this is also one thing that is difficult for others to simply copy. It's easier to copy your Facebook ads than it is to copy all the intricacies of your affiliate program. I hope that helps. I am Samuel Larsen, founder of CRO Gurus, where we help e-commerce merchants optimize their store for conversion and average order value and also lifetime value. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, if you are interested to get more out of your affiliate program as well, now that you have the traffic to your store, you need to make it convert and make that traffic turn into revenue. Check out crogurus.com for more information. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Time to do it. Like the video, please. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.